These hunting grounds. Today we're going to be playing Ratropolis, a game, card game RTS game. Right now it is on itch.io. Me and the young lady, the little lady, we haven't quite got a name for her quite yet. We've been playing this and we put about 8 hours into this. And I love it. For a demo, it's amazing. And that's really all you can ask for a game such as this. So we're going to start it up. Game start. All right, normally they're going to make you start with the merchant. After you played one level, they give you the general leader. There are a couple of mistakes in the translation. I don't believe it started with English. All right, and we're going to go with the merchant, just so you guys understand where you're going to come in. Even though it is a demo, it does have a progression system. The more you play, the better off you're at. So let us start. There we go. All right. So we're going to start with Potter. Potter gives me 10 gold per card in my hand. Cheese gives me 30 gold per cheese card in your hand. This includes the one you use. Guards. Ooh, okay. Let's locate behind the defensive wall. Short range attack. So that means our ranged opponents, our ranged allies. And here's the militia. They are melee. This right here, let's just redraw. All right. So grain. It's going to let us gain 60 gold after waiting for 50 seconds. And the cost to use it is 2 rats plus 5 gold. As you can see over here, that's the cats that are going to be coming from this side. It is completely random that I've seen. But the game isn't hard at all. All right. Let's do Potter. Let's put green again. Let's get that cheese. Let's put some guards over here. We can scroll out a little bit so that you can see both defensive walls. We can build out further on. We're going to do a little redraw right here. All right. Once again, we're going to do this. We shouldn't be worried, see? And then after defeating that wave right here, we got a chest. Now, the game is paused for a second. We can pick between a house, extra cards, or even taking away from our deck. When I first started this, I didn't believe card deletion would be that useful, and for the most part, it is not. But there are events in the game that will make you want to be able to delete cards. The merchant's downfall in this match is the lack of housing. So that's what we're going to go first with. All right, we got the house card. None of these cards are that useful, so we're going to sell them using the merchant's ability. And then re-roll. Okay, so the cats are coming from this side. We have to tell our people to go that way. We'll use Potter, the cheese, lay down the house, and here we got the merchant. By clicking on him, they'll sell us cards. If you're just starting this game, a lot of these cards will not be given to you. I do believe Rough Work and Hire are cards that you gain later on. Possibly Steel is also one of them. So one of the issues that we do have is a lack of rats and sometimes economy. Rough Work, I think it needs a little work on. But it is something that lets you pass the time while you're waiting. Maybe something to look into if you have an extra spare gold. Grain is 5 gold, which you get 60 gold later, but it takes up two of your reticence. And since you have a housing issue, grain is not that good unless you undeniably believe that you can get away with it. The Hire card gives you 2 ephemeral random military cards. These put 2 cards in your hand at the cost of 42 gold, and it's all the military cards that you have unlocked have a chance of being on here. This is a very, very good pick because even though the merchant comes every 4 or 5 waves, he's not guaranteed to give you military that you absolutely need. This card opens up every military card at the moment, so it's a very, very good card to have. And I believe it is unlocked going through the military campaign. This is normally 100 gold, but because of the merchant's passive ability, it's only 75. Well, we're going to spend it probably on higher. Even I think higher right now is better than pick rat. Just to understand, when you use the higher card, you have to pay the higher card price plus the military card used. So it can get very expensive, but because you're running the economy deck, it's not as expensive. All right, we still have 129. All right, good. We're going to put one over here just to be safe while the rest of my Ratizens go over there. All right, so we got a little cheese, got a little grain, got a little higher. All right, oh, these are very good picks. Musketeer and the Archer. The only ones I can recommend, like the one if you have to at any time, is the Medic. The Medic is probably the best military card you can grab. All right, so like we said, the economy is probably the hardest for population, so we're going to get the house card. All right. We're going to use Potter for 50 gold. We're going to use the cheese card for 90. Cheese card again for 60. And we're going to add guards to this side because we already have enough people on this side to defend. And later on in the levels, wave about, let's say 7, they do make you split your forces. So it's better to just separate them now while your army's really strong on one side. All right, let's put the house there. Not enough reticence. Okay, so that's another issue. We'll have to wait. Okay, there, it's built. Now we can do the grain. But now we only have 3 reticence here. And you have to pay for Hire's initial cost and the cost of creatures. So it's not really worth it unless you have a good size reticence portion. So let's redraw. This is a very good economy hand. Potter for 50. Cheese for 90. Cheese for 60. Let's go right here. All right, now here's one of the cards that makes you want to remove the card beforehand. If you activate it, you lose 3 citizens, and decreases increase in 1 on next card a player holds and discard it. So until you discard it, it's going to keep increasing. But there is the chests that will take it away. And the reason you want to get rid of this as soon as possible is it becomes part of your hand, so you have less and less cards to play with. Or you could do they will come back and threaten the city. If you think your military is strong enough, this is the card you want to this is the choice you want to choose. And this is what I'm going to do. I don't feel like trying to waste my citizens. I already have a very few as it is. All right. So, wow, another one. Okay.
After escaping the ruined city, we have been looking for a safe place for a long time. Many rats have decided to become ordinary rats living in a wild life. We are the only civilized rats owning an established settlement. Now you must secure the last standing settlement. Fortunate, we have scavenged from the city will be helpful.
Okay, a random skill card. Skill cards are multiple uses, but they don't have lasting effects. An advisor can sometimes give you a card or overall just affect the gameplay. I don't think there's a way to lose an advisor as of right now. And sometimes it's not worth getting an advisor or 5 reticence. Now, out of all these choices, I'm not going to get the random skill card. There are some good ones, and they are very useful later on. But we're so early in the game, it's not worth getting that random skill card because I'm not going to be using it until wave 10 to 15. The advisor could be really useful, so I'm going to try to go for that and hope that I have enough housing later on so that I don't get shot in the foot with the 5 reticence. And we got 25 all incoming. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. We get more gold. Let's re-roll. All right, so we have a lot of gold. Okay, let's go for this first. Ooh, there's a chest over here. Let's get the chest. All right, let's grind a card. Okay, so sale, discard 1 random card, gain gold based on the cost of cards you discarded. Another cheese, which would make it really good later on. Or whenever you discard card, 10 gold. The barn is really good to pick up early because, one, it gives you economy, and every time you re-roll, that's discarding cards. So yeah, you're gonna get 20, maybe 10, maybe 20 again, maybe 30, especially if you can't use every card in your hand. This would be really good for the plague cards that you have to keep discarding until you can remove them through whatever means you have. So that's the card I'm going to pick. Just to show it off. All right, so we have 4 guards we're going to have to hire because they are coming from this side. We have the Armor Knight, which is amazing, and the Banner Rat, which makes everyone here do an extra 1 more damage. Oh, look at all that cheese. All right, we're gonna, we'll do that over here. We'll put the barn on this side. All right, perfect. Look at that, nice and clear. Damn, they're taking my, they took my Armor Knight out. All right, let's put a guard here. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, here and then higher. We didn't have enough people over there. So we'll just put 2 guards and hope that's enough. Oh, that's what happened. Those actually came back to haunt me.
Alright, boss, the families of those killed in battle cry out in sorrow. Demand just payment as well as burial rights.
Rats clinging to the bodies of the war casualties fill the streets in front of the town hall.
Their demands are acceptable by me, but we're currently short on funds. What should we do?
They have my condolences. Remove 1 card. Obviously, that can be a good thing, especially if you have a card that you don't think is useful, like a skill card. Burial rights, they should be paying me death taxes. It means you'll get 100 gold. I'm not sure how that works, but that's how that one works. Or I can give my gold to them, and they'll give me an extra leader level. The leader skills are not really useful. I feel like they'd be much more useful later on in the game as you go through each wave. So I'm gonna make them pay me death taxes. All right, let's grab this. Let's see if we can get a better card. Okay, so Pillage, that's one of the cards you get from leveling up your economy leaders. You get 100 gold for only spending 15. Sounds really useful, but every time you use the card, this gives you less gold per use. So next time I use it's going to be 90, then it's going to be 80, and then so on and so forth. My favorite right now is Steel, because I don't actually use the redraw mechanic. All right. Never really thought it, I don't remember ever seeing it rain. I don't think it ever was a needed. All right, so we're going to use the cheese. Cheese. Ooh, we're going to die on this side. Yeah, I think we lost. Oh, that sucks. Let's go for attack. Hopefully it's useful. Yeah, it's not good. So we already lost. And the main reason we lost is because I just did not think we had enough on one side, and we didn't. We got attacked hard because I put the plague rats out. That's something I should have planned for ahead of time. All right. So we played. We lost, but we still played it. Next one you'll open up is the general leader. So 1 moment while I do something real quick, and then we'll start in the general leader. All right, let's start with the general. Exactly. All right, so this is a terrible start. We're going to go with grain because we need some type of money. We're going to go with the house. We're going to re-roll. There we go. We're going to build our taxes up right here. Hopefully quick enough to get 17. Come on. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Put the militia on something and hope it works. All right, let's use our Potter. Let's use our grain again. Okay, we know they're going to come from this side, so let's stack them up. All right, let's roll. Let's do that. Okay, put the cheese in. Let's get our militia over there and the guards. So the military deck is a lot easier because not only do houses give you population, so do military cards. We use Potter, cheese, militia, guards. We're already getting one of them merchants. Let's re-roll before. That way we know what we have for money work. Bam, bam. Let's put it on a house, and then let's see what they got us. The Medic. The Medic is the best card in this entire game. I'm only going to have 30 gold after this, but it's completely worth it. That's all we need from him. I've already pretty much won this game just because of that Medic card. The merchant normally only stays for one hand. So plan your stuff out when you're doing that. Let's put the medic over there. We can start putting the guards over here. The medic will heal your guys for 8 health. Most of the time, that's all they really need. So because of the military cards gaining population through... Sorry, the military leader gaining population through military cards, we're going to try to get cards so that we can get more military. And because I said that, we're not going to get any military. So later on, you can have a card called that affects your taxes. Instantly gain gold based on 7 times the current tax, but income is frozen for 20 seconds. I don't find this useful at all because you're not going to get that big of taxes for this to be useful since it freezes it anyway. My taxes right now is 7, so I'm only going to get 49 gold. This card should really only ever be used as an emergency. And because it's being used as an emergency, it's never worth it. So here's Ambush, 30 damage to a specific enemy. You see that it's only 4 gold. The reason for that is one enemy, 30 damage isn't that much. 30 damage is a lot, but it only hits one target. A lot of the other skills will be a little bit more expensive, but hit multiple targets for about the same damage, if not more. So this is a very low tier card. So we got the Barn again. Whenever you discard card, 10 gold. That's actually really good because we're always going to be discarding cards. So we're going to go for the Barn again. So we can re-roll. So let's re-roll now. So we got cheese. We got the Barn. We have a medic. And we have some... Oh, I don't have enough gold. So we don't have any militia. That's going to be 2 cards we're going to be able to discard to get us an extra little 20 gold. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, so we're going to use the Potter. That's going to give us 50. Cheese is going to give us 60. Grain is going to give us 60, but later. We're going to use guards over here. Because we need to stack this side for when they invade. I don't want to keep my forces on one side. Okay, we got another medic. We're going to put the medic over here. Because we already have 2 medics on this side. Ooh, let me...
After safely escaping the collapsed settlement, we began searching for a safe haven. Rats suspicious of their leadership scattered underground. It's just us establishing a new settlement to continue a civilized life. Now you must secure your new settlement. Unfortunately, the old settlement was too poor, we could not scavenge anything usable.
Your settlement must last more than 10 waves. So, you get this every once in a while in the demo. I'm not too sure why. I don't think I've ever seen it happen after 10 waves. Unless they're saying my previous settlement fell and I should have lasted 10 waves. which is correct. I didn't. I think I only lasted 5 because of a mistake. So this time we'll rule for a long time. We'll open the chest. Okay, so we have the choice between a house, getting a 1 out of 3 cards, or gold. I'm not crazy or a fan of the gold. I don't think it's enough to give up the long-term benefits or even the short-term benefits of these cards. So we're going to go get card. And once again, we didn't get a military, but we did get livestock. Livestock is really good if you plan on keeping the cheese cards. Because the cheese cards, you have to keep 1 in your hand because it gives you negative income. The good thing about livestock is we can get rid of that cheese card out of our hand and get 75 gold 20 seconds later. It's a all-around really good card. The mine, every 60 seconds, draw a selected card from card tomb. I tried using this, and I don't believe it works correctly in the demo. I could be wrong. The plaza, +1 leader level. I'm not a big fan of the leader levels because they're very, very short term. There's really nothing useful about them at the moment. So we're going to go for livestock. We're going to put up a militia to get some more money. Cheese. And then we're going to put the militia over here. We can now redraw. All right. So we have Potter, grain. We're going to throw the guards over here. And now the circumstance I told you where we have 1 cheese because it would give us negative gold. And livestock. So we're going to do that now and discard. Now with livestock, you have to have a card in your hand to use it. Look at all this cheese. Let's get rid of the cheese. All right. We're going to put a militia over here since they keep sending people over there. And I don't have any rat... I do have enough radishes. Okay. Oh, it's probably because they got rid of the grain task. All right. So we have Potter. We'll put guards over here. I do think we're going to lose... Yeah, it looks like we're losing people. All right, there we go. So because we did lose people, this quest came up, and we're gonna have to we're expected to figure out how to do it. I don't have any cards I want to remove, so I'm gonna tell them they should be paying me death taxes. Let's see what's in here. All right, so I'm gonna once again go for a card, and I did not again get a military card, but that's fine. Bounty, which was not explained in the demo, is actually the money you get from killing the zombie creatures. So +3 for each one of them is a good deal. I don't think the wharf is good. It gives me 70 gold when I redraw, but I have 1 less card every time I redraw. And since this game is a resource management game, cards are more important than gold. So I would say note on the wharf. Stealing, draw 2 card, permanently increase redraw cost by 10. Honestly, these are probably the exact opposite of each other, the wharf and steal. Steal is one of my personal favorites. But since it's so early in the game, I don't think steal is going to be as useful. So I'm going to go for the tannery and get more bounty per kill. All right, we're going to put grain and then livestock. Get that money, honey. Redraw. Oh, we have a special quest.
Have you seen the strange substance? Disturbing noises prompt us to investigate. And we found some Malcontons running unauthorized experiments with these powders. The bureaucrat takes a sniff of the black powder before shaking his head. This looks pretty dangerous and apparently explosive too. The secret organization could be trying to use this as a plot to blow up the city.
Bribe this organization to your service. You get a bomb card. Squish this conspiracy in the bed. The bomb card is a skill card, and by the color, it's a super rare card. As apparent because you have to do a quest line for it. Set up a bomb that, after 5 damages, causes 20 damage to nearby units. It's a good skill card, and it's actually meant for a later quest line that I still have not figured out how to get the bomb card before I get the quest line. So hopefully we can get it here and we can all learn something new. All right, so we have the tannery here. Let's go do the cheese real quick. Cheese and then tannery. Let's put the medic over there and the militia because we're going to get a large group. Let's talk to this guy. So we have another livestock. Honestly, there's really nothing I want here. So let's go for livestock because that lets us work with a lower population rate or available population rate. And we're going to get a defensive wall. Yeah. And then we're going to go for the random and hope it's something militarist. It is not. It's a skill. Deal 15 damage to a target enemy and units nearby target enemy. Now understand, skills can affect your own allies. So it's better to use it when they're coming at you and not when they're on top of you. All right, we have the bomb. We have defensive wall. Let's do livestock. Treasure chest. Okay. So level leadership, not that useful, like I told you before. Discarding card. I don't think that we have anything really discardable in our hand. I would probably take one of the skills so you don't have to keep constantly getting them. But I think we're pretty good. So we're going to go for a house card to build up our town. I'm going to build a defensive wall earlier. Okay. So here's another thing. You were scouting around your new territory and found a hideout built inside a tree. When you knocked on the door, a small voice leaked to the door.
Shoo, now there's no food to offer or any free space. Please do us a favor and leave us alone.
You have noticed that the owner of the voice possesses a good heart, and you want to recruit him for no reason. I do believe that's a translation issue, right? That last paragraph. So you want to, I think it's really you want to recruit him because he has a good heart. So either you could choose, but let him hold office or offer him a new house. And then you get 2 house cards for letting people live in his house. I'm not too sure how that works. But I like the advisors, even if it's completely random. So that's what we're going to click out. And we got one of the better advisors. 1 armored knight card is one of his abilities and increases the stun duration of this card. All right. Time to reroll. We have the armor knight. Oh, actually, we have Potter. Let's use Potter first. Armor knight. Livestock. I actually should have used the military card first and then livestock. I completely forgot about that over there, so we need to send those guys over. I cannot get that. That sucks. Okay, so we'll put the medic over here and the guards and use livestock. Okay. That was a big boy boss, and we almost lost a wall for it. All right, so we just beat a boss, so we got specialties. We can get the doctor every 10 seconds. All ally units restore 5 HP. Honestly, this would be an amazing card. But because we have the medics, which heal 8 damage over at a time, the doctor's really not that great unless we somehow lose out on our medic. Which might be a thing. I haven't lost the medic by accident yet. Select an upgrade card. That could be very useful if you have cards that are one-time uses. Or get a legendary card. Now, the legendary cards are very strong, but they're very resource intensive. Or it can cause you to have a depletion of resources for a much bigger amount of resources after the time has passed. In games like this, time is a resource since they're constantly pushing. So remember, even if it says it'll take 60 seconds to do something, that 60 seconds is worth money. So just remember that when you do that. So we're going to look at the legendary cards. We'll hopefully get something that'll let us upgrade. All right, so here's the one I was kind of hinting to, the investment. If you put 6 Radizens on this, you lose all your gold, and after 60 seconds, gain 2 times the gold you have lost. Now you're like, well, okay, if you have a good amount of gold, that's worth it. And it's really not. because they're constantly pushing you, you have to be able to have gold to spend to push back. And the way most decks are created is where economy is very strong as long as you have a baseline. But by losing all your gold, you don't have that baseline anymore. And you have to rely on taxes for that money. Nourishment, during 10 seconds, reduce production time of all buildings by 1 second per each enemy killed. That would be very good later on. Right now, 1, we have no production buildings. And 2, there's really not that many enemies when most of the buildings take 60 seconds or 120 seconds to produce anything. So, no on the nourishment. Now, Guardian has a lot of health, doesn't do much damage, but has a CC in pushing back the enemy. Very useful. But he takes 3 Radizens to have. So if you have a very low population deck or build in mind, a Guardian can actually hurt you. But because we actually get civilians by grabbing this card, that's the one we're going to be going after. Alright, so we got Potter again. I believe this side, we're going to put the Guardian over here. And I think we're going to start putting things on militaries on our heat over here. Alright, let's reroll. Alright, Grain, Cheese, Guardian. Alright. So what do we get here? Gain a card, a house, or gold? Much like I said before, gold isn't worth it. So let's try to get a card and hope it's actually worth. Okay, so the beehive. Every 40 seconds, send out bees that stop the enemy for 3 seconds. This actually stops them in their tracks. And I believe the beehive is really not that useful. It doesn't do any damage, it just stops them. So unless you absolutely have a atrocious military deck, or your deck's really thick and you have very few military cards in it, try not to grab Beehive. Let's go for the farm. Every 120 seconds, I'll get plus 80 gold. This is passive and it's a one-time use. So the farm will consistently, every 120 seconds, give me 80 gold. Rough work during 6 seconds. Summon gold ore that gives you 2 gold per each click. That's good for busy work. And if you build a deck around pushing the waves out longer. We'll stay for the farm for right now. We're at wave 7, like I said before, and they're sending out two groups of people now. So let's put a medic over here. And we'll do not enough reticence. Okay, well, let's see if this guy gives us something good. Alright, so guards, we'll take that. Even though they're low damage and low HP, they do give us a population increase by just having it in our deck. We went from 32 to 35. Another tannery will be useful. Brewery, after 40 seconds, 2 cards and 50 gold. Those 2 cards come from your card deck and are extremely useful in increasing your hand size for specific deck builds. So we're going to pick that one up just because it gives us more for less time and the same amount of gold as like Grand does. I do like gambling in this game, and it normally doesn't pay off, but we're going to spend the 100 gold to see if this is anything good. And it's Shield Rat. Shield Rat is very good. He negates the damage every 3rd strike. Not only does he do that, but he's giving us a bigger increase to population, giving us a stronger defensive line. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so that we have now these, we're just going to put a militia over here, hit livestock, and that's all we can do. Reroll. These guys aren't getting it by. We're going to do Potter. Put Shield Rat. And armor knight over here. Alright. Brewery to get that gold going. Alright, so we either have level up gold or housing. We're gonna go for housing. We have guards, so let's like both sides are fine. We'll put them over here because I think we lost a lot of them with the spitters. And as you see, I keep re-rolling these skill cards, and that's what I was trying to tell you. They do get in the way really quick, really often. We don't have enough reticence. Okay. We'll re-roll real quick. Alright, we have the house that we needed, so we're going to build that. We didn't lose anybody, so that's a good sign. Alright, so we got the house now. We're going to put a medic over here, a shield rat. I'm going to put some militia over here, a cheese card, and then a livestock card. And then we're going to re-roll. Alright, we got a guardian. Let's put the... Okay, so on wave 9 and 10, as of right now, a scout who seems to be perfect... Well, we'll just read. The scouting squad did not return at the expected time that day.
We can only learn the reasons late into the night. A savage group of weasels are near the city. I was barely able to save my life by performing retrograde advance due to my excellent tactical insight.
The sole surviving scout, who seemed too clean to have fought courageously against weasels, cautiously made a proposal. As I
deliver such critical information to you, I think I deserve a just reward. A promotion to some important post, perhaps?
I'll have the people decide on that. 50% chance for one new advisor. Clearly a divine miracle. One advisor, but it's at the cost of increase to all my skill cards. So the blue ones like the bomb and the shot. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. And I guess that's more of a bribing mechanic. But I like I said, I like advisors, and I'm not crazy about skill cards, so I'm going to get the advisor. And it gave us the berserker, which gives us even a bigger population. So we can remove a card, get gold, or a house. So we're going to go for the house once again. We're going to put an Arbor Knight, the Guardian, and we're going to put the Guru over here. Now these weasels are super strong. We don't have enough reticence. Okay. Do not take them, it's okay to be afraid of them. There we go. This time it was easy peasy because we're going the military deck and they're extremely strong. Makes sense. Get card. We have another medic we can pick up. And I think that's what we're going to do. New event. Okay. Rats question your leadership and your support is running low. Those who defy your rule remind citizens of the tragedy of Ratropolis. They claim that your reign will lead us to disaster. Your rat from City Hall handed you a piece of paper. The statement is their demands. What should I do? If you give me orders, I will expel them out of the city. Make monsters chase them. So we're doing really good on money. And because this is just a short-term game, I personally don't care about taxes. I have a good economy. I have a strong military. And it's better than getting rid of 5 Radissons at all times. Alright, we got another house. So let's put that up. We have a medic. We have some guards. And we have some grain going. I wish it would scroll out a little bit further so I can see from wall to wall. A merchant has arrived. What does he have for us? We're going to go probably Spirit Chain. Spirit Chain is really strong at the later levels. Especially on wave 15 when everything kind of 99 damages you anyway. And we got the Musketeer, which as you can see, increased our population cap again. All right. Our farm right here is saying it's ready, so we're going to click it and get the 80 gold. Oh, the merchant won't tell us anymore. All right. So we're going to go for the Armored Knight once more. I kind of wish I knew how to read the pictures. Okay, the Armored Knight's the 3-1 there. All right, since we just fought a boss wave without knowing about it, gave us a boss chest, upgrade selected card, get a legendary card, or expand your territory. Right now, I think we're actually pretty good on territory. We don't need an extra wall, and we don't need 2 houses. So I'm going to see if we can get another legendary card. This is the one I wanted, but I really wish we could have got it earlier. After 60 seconds, upgrade a random card. It's very useful. Alright, we got another little quest thing.
Leader, the men are tired from continuous battle. We must give them some reprieve from constant overwatch and let them rest.
You always need rest. +1 leader level. We must always be vigilant. Upgrade your random military card. At this time, like I said before, leader level isn't going to help us at all. So we're going to be upgrade a random military card. I don't know which one it is. I wonder. Oh, I just increased one of our really basic units. I guess that's fine. All right. So musketeer. Oh, let's go Potter again. Potter. Yeah, we'll put a musketeer down. Let's re-roll. Got 10 gold from each one of those. There's nothing really we can do right now, so we're just gonna fight the wave and hope it doesn't kill us. Oh, there's research. Oh, that's 100. Oh, never mind. That's a skill card. That's why it's telling me it's more money, more problems. Let's go for a house card. Obviously, we're not really working well with what we have. I think we're not gonna give any of these. You know, I might do a shield rat though. Shield rats are really powerful. All right, let's go for the reroll. And we'll just do brewery. Oof, they're going through my peoples. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. These guys are super powerful. These guys already fought them off, so we're good. Do that real quick. There we go. So now we're going to have to go heavy military on this side because of how many we lost. We're going to go for get card. None of the other options were good. Okay, so Berserker deals double damage when other rats die. And I believe we actually have a Berserker advisor. Yeah, recover lost HP while in Berserk. So that's really good if you have Spirit Link on. Budgeting. Plus 10 gold every card in your card deck. Budgeting will get a lot more powerful the further in the game you are at right now. It's actually a really powerful card. I have 21 cards altogether. So that could be a really big boost. And then Gather, plus 28 gold. If this card is discarded from your hand, plus 1. I used to use Gather for my... anytime I was trying to make a deck based on having a lot of cards in my hand with like Steel and Brewery, and there was another one I can't think of. I think it was Honey Gathering that did it too. We're going to go for the Berserker just so that we have more military. Yeah. We're going to re-roll. And then need to throw some people over here. We got another merchant coming in. All right, so we have this. So we are going to Spirit Chain so that nobody dies. I'm going to do research. A new merchant has arrived and a new quest. Let's go. Oh, yeah. So you're going to get this on wave 15. These are where the weasels are going to come in and pretty much push your poop in. All right, so let's go to the merchant. What do we have? Banner Rat. That's very useful. Another research, which is completely useless right now. We're going to go for Banner Rat and see if we can get some people over there. Let's just do the random. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Not going to help at all. Alright, let's reroll. Expedition Banneret. I've never had this one. Okay, it seems like a dream. You see a giant tree, a booming voice. Awake, O hero, your fate awaits. As the leader of all mankind, +1 level, get a rebel card. I don't know what a rebel card is. It's unplayable. What? Does that mean it's just... That kind of sucks. What a silly dream? Leader cooldown. Obviously, I don't use my leader ability. I kind of want to see what the rebel card is, though. So that's what we're going to do. It does say disturb, which makes me think it's not a card that's actually useful. Public bath is really good to have early on. But we don't. So we're going to try to go for shock. I'm going to see if I can get all my skills to make this a more interesting thing. So we're going to go for this. And yeah, we have Berserker, so we're going to do that. We're going to reroll. Oof, goodness. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then a Berserker. Oh, we don't have enough Reticence. Okay. Alright, so this is the final wave, I believe. And if it is, we're going to die. The game is meant to not last past this, so if you do die, that is perfectly okay. Alright, let's see what happens. We're on wave 16, guys. Woot! Alright, come on. Reroll, reroll, reroll. I can't do Spirit Chain. I can do Shock, though. Go! Go, my Mysons! Can I do wave 17? Let's reroll again. Reroll again. Dude, where's all my skills? They deserted me. Where's my bombs? Alright, there we go. Wave 16, boys. And that's really as far as it goes on here. As you could saw, it wasn't meant to be one. Alright, so that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love this game. It is very dear to me and my girlfriend's heart right now. And I hope the creator has all the love they can give to it so that it can become an even better game.